I gave a nigga a ride a couple weeks ago, and he picked up a case of Plan Bs. And I took him to one of his bitch's cribs, and a bitch was selling Plan Bs for him. The box was open, and a few of them fell out and was on the floor in the back seat. A few days later, me and my bitch went out to dinner, and the bitch looked in the back seat and seen the Plan Bs on the floor, and it went up. A nigga from Pasadena writes to BossMack. He say, BossMack, I'm a 33-year-old nigga with one bitch on the team and many bitches that would like to be on the team, but I be keeping my shit simple and try to focus on getting to the chili. My one bitch is a 26-year-old beautician, and things are fucked up with us right now. We have been together for a year and a half, and we live together. Living together was supposed to be some temporary shit, but it ended up lasting. 3 months ago, my bitch went through my phone and seen a few conversations I was having with different bitches. She ended up calling one of the bitches, and it went up. I managed to get past that incident. The next thing that happened is I gave one of my niggas a ride a couple weeks ago. And I gave a nigga a ride a couple weeks ago, and he picked up a case of Plan Bs. And I took him to one of his bitch's cribs, and a bitch was selling Plan Bs for him. The box was open, and a few of them fell out and was on the floor in the back seat. A few days later, me and my bitch went out to dinner, and the bitch looked in the back seat and seen the Plan Bs on the floor, and it went up. Now, a bitch is not hearing no type of explanation. I put my nigga on the phone with a bitch. She is not hearing it. And the shit is not de-escalating. I'm thinking even though I didn't do shit, I might have to let this bitch go behind some fantasy shit. What are your thoughts on this shit? Hit the like button. Really need 4 wives. Hey man, you know what? I have dismissed a bitch behind fantasy shit before. You know what I'm saying? Because a bitch wouldn't accept. It was like what do you call that shit? Plausible. See, when shit is plausible, like, you know, it's hard to shake plausible shit. You know, a bitch seeing a couple boxes of Plan Bs in the back seat, you know, after catching you, you know, having dialogue with bitches. See, you should have dismissed a bitch for going through your phone back then. You should have dismissed a bitch for going through your phone. You know what I'm saying? That's you know. But then that's in a bitch mind, and the bitch can't never let that go. And then you have another infraction that's plausible. So, you know, you got Plan Bs on deck. So, you know, Ain't no calling the homie. Hey, nigga, tell this bitch how you're selling Plan B. A bitch, especially these, these bitches out here, you know what I'm saying, hood bitches and whatnot, man, So yeah, you might have to dismiss a bitch off some fantasy. And see, sometimes it come down to a demo like that. Like, bitch, you could get the fuck, bitch, if you don't want to listen, fuck it then. You know what I'm saying? And then, you got to let the finality of the end of the relationship be upon a bitch for a bitch to learn, and you know what I'm saying, or come to grips. You know what I'm saying? Or come to grips with some shit. Like, bitch, we done then. If you don't want to accept what the fuck I'm saying, bitch, we done. You know what I'm saying? But when you get into like a panic, mode trying to fix the shit and rationalize with a bitch, then you start compromising your position, and you actually lose leverage. When really you could just stand on business and be like, look, bitch, I told you what happened, bitch. You can either accept it or not. If you can't accept it, bitch, get the fuck on. And like I said, you should have dismissed the bitch from looking through your phone back then. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah. So, yeah. It's grounds for firing a bitch off of fantasy shit. You know what I mean? And, it's the going back and forth with a bitch, compromising with a bitch is giving a bitch leverage. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to tell a bitch, like, look, bitch, I told you what happened. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here. You live with me, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna accept this shit or you gonna get the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? And then, and see, sometimes, man, that finality. See, like you hit a bitch with that bitch. We could be done now. If a bitch think you can't do that, see, then you giving a bitch leverage and shit. You know what I'm saying? You giving a bitch leverage. You know what I'm saying? I don't like giving bitches leverage, and especially on fantasy shit. Like fantasy, a bitch is trying to press you on some fantasy shit. You had to be willing to blow up shit. You got to be willing to destroy some shit. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, I'm willing to destroy some shit, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I could start over. I could go to no bitch. You know what I'm saying? See, and then that be in your mind too, nigga, that I only got one bitch. See, that's why I don't like to be like dependent on one bitch. A lot of niggas be, but I will go down to no bitches before I allow a bitch to force me to compromise my dignity and morals and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's some bullshit going on. I go down to no bitches. You know what I'm saying? But it's always good to have that other bitch on deck. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't even gotta be fucking. I just like to have bitches on deck. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button for this gang. Enough respect. We all need to hear this shit. Joe Blast. Yeah, man. Hey, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's fucked up, man, when a bitch is moving off of fantasy, and and then another thing too, man, you what? You 30, you 33. The bitches in her 20s, man, bitches be feeling like they got an edge on a nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? Bitch 26, man, bitch feel like bitch feel like she got an edge on a nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. If a bitch don't wanna, and then too, man, like you gotta shut it down, like all the like a bitch maintaining animosity, bringing up the issue. You gotta give a bitch an ultimatum. Like, look here, if you keep bringing that shit, if you bring that shit up one more time, it's a wrap. You gonna have to pack your shit and move. You gonna have to pack your shit and move. You know what I'm saying? We can't live in the same house no more. If you bring that shit up again, you're gonna have to pack your shit. If you can't come to grips with this shit, bitch, you're gonna have to bounce. I done told you already, I can't keep going back and forth with you, bitch. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah. Hit the like button for this game.